Hey, how's it going today? It's Frank here, and I'm here with Wild Wednesdays. And this movie is called Wheelman. Boy, this movie had some good storylines, good dialogue. It was quite gripping. The first few minutes didn't start off with much happening, and I thought it was like going to be a decent movie. It was quite a good movie. I didn't expect it to be one of those type of movies where it was just in that one specific place and it was just like in the car the entire time. So yeah, I'm gonna get straight to it. It's about this guy that is robbed the bank, and he has to leave two people behind because he gets a phone call, saying, oh, you have to leave these two people behind and bring the money straight to me immediately. I know everything about you. And the guy starts panicking, and this is where it gets good. He starts panicking and he has to call up like the unknown number that he's associated with, and that told him to rob the bank. And he also has to call Clayton, who's also important in this type of movie too, and he's wondering what's going on. It feels like he's been double crossed, and this number this thing, this person that calls him is called the handler, and the handler is kind of orchestrating things. He's saying, look, if you don't give them money, I'm going to make sure you're dead, and tries to manipulate him. And it's all just a panic from the wheelman, hence why the movie is called Wheelman. And yeah, he starts to wonder what's happened. He drives all around. I was hooked on what was going on. I was kind of expecting more. This movie actually was quite good. I kind of needed more action, more intensity from it. He also has to tell his daughter to drive. Bear in mind, his daughter's 13. I don't really know how she's a good driver. I mean, obviously she's not 13 in the movie. She's not 13 in real life. She must be an adult in real life if she knows how to drive. And a bit surprising how his skills were good at driving, considering the age of her in the movie is 13. You know what I mean anyway. And yeah, he sort of tells her to drive, and he finds out that these kind of like the person that's called him is related to some sort of mafia gang or something like that. And Clayton tells him, and Clayton's also involved in all of this like sort of craziness happening, and yeah, the unknown number that calls him as well. I don't even know the guy's name. Didn't get his name. And he said, just I can help you out here, Wheelman. Tell us where you're going to be, and we'll help take care of them for you. Because considering the Wheelman was in jail for like 3 years, and this guy's also doing him a favor. A lot goes on, right? The dialogue and the acting, the storyline is just fantastic for a movie like this. And he calls someone called Cheetah, which, to be fair, I don't really know what the point of that character is, because the person never picked up, I don't think, in the movie at all. He then calls up Jessica, who is like his wife / ex-wife, or whatever you want to call it, because he referred to his ex-wife after she got kidnapped, and the guy's just like telling him to bring me the money or you're gonna hear it getting whatever, right? And he sort of like tells Jessica to keep calm, just listen to him or whatever. And what I find interesting is that the unknown person is telling them that you're in control, you have the money, you can manipulate these guys, which is a fair point. He does have the power, and he used that to his advantage at least, and told him to meet him up somewhere, and he meets as a sort of like gang or group. I thought the camera was going to go straight to when he left his daughter in the car and he met with these whatever you want to call them, like what's it, gangs or whatever you want to call them, like criminals or whatever. And I think Jessica's in the distance. I couldn't quite tell where she was, and he said that she's okay. So obviously told her to go somewhere and be somewhere at that specific moment. So I kind of like how he kind of twisted whatever these people are telling him onto them, and I kind of like that. He saw you got to play these people at the same game, and then that's how you're going to end up winning. So I kind of like that. And it was kind of like, I thought the daughter was just going to go away by herself in the car, but she came back for him, and she didn't actually listen to him, and it paid off. That's great teamwork. That's how families should be, sticking together like that. And it's a good job she did that, because I think the guy would have been in trouble. I think Wheelman would have been dead if she hadn't done that and changed her mind. So she needed to come back for him, and driving him back. And yeah, so he took her to like a diner where her mum Jessica was at. And I kind of like that, to be honest. I feel like I summarised the movie pretty well. It's an hour and 20 minutes. to be fair. Obviously there's credits, so it's hour and 17 minutes to finish, or somewhere like that. You know what I mean when, excuse me, when you watch the movie. I feel like, even though I know what a lot of you may say, oh Frankie, that was kind of a short kind of movie. It felt short because, for me, there wasn't much happening. I still think it's a good movie, but for me, I needed more. There wasn't enough action for me. There was like a good scenes where he wanted this like jeep or whatever to move out of the way, whether it's a vehicle in front of him to move out of the way, and I think those same people came back to try and kill him for some reason, and he sort of shoots at them and he leaves that area. There's also another scene where a bike is chasing them, and it's like a big, you know, drive chase. Don't you think that's a thing? But I'm gonna say it anyway. And like a cat and mouse type of thing, but driving version where he tries to escape the bike person. The person on the bike tries to shoots him, and then the person on the bike just crashes, and I think they died somehow or whatever happened. Also that scene that just mentioned with like the standoff where he meets Jessica and those other people they turn to meet him at, and he tries to shoot him or whatever. I'm surprised he didn't die in that specific area. But yeah, but like I said, not really much was happening. There was kind of like a sad moment where Clayton just was like killing himself because of everything, which I understand in that sort of scenario. Like he did it for his family as well. It's crazy though, when that's what happens when you have a family. You got to do something to make money. I understand these sort of scenarios they have to, but they're also breaking laws to make him go back to prison again. They say I can't go to jail, wherever it is. Then don't do what you're going to do again. You are going to get caught eventually. I mean, the guy could have also, Wheelman ain't just going to go to jail. He could have gone to jail if the police saw like Katie in the car by herself, considering her age. So Wheelman could have got arrested for neglect there. So yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, he could have like went to jail again. So I could probably understand. There's nearly damn nearly every movie's like this. Action movies as such as like this, and yeah, it just goes to show though, like some of these movies do portray that you got to do what you got to do for family, but at the same time you're still going to go regardless. Even if you like escape for 5 years, you're still going to get caught, so you're still going to look over your shoulder. But yeah, and the scene with text messages. Now for me on that one, I couldn't see what was being said. I mean, apart from the two where they said, I'm going to find you and I'm going to, like, whatever it said. I only read 2 messages that the camera showed. But the other text messages were important too, because that also relates to what's going on. So yeah, look, it's quite a good movie. I'm not going to mention everything in the movie because I only mentioned the relevant parts, to be honest. So yeah, rating for this. It started off as 7, but you know what? It actually got really interesting. And I liked the story, I liked what was gripping, and I was hooked. The ending, for me, I expect there to be a twist where the person that arranged for him to do all this, you know, the unknown number, I thought he was going to be in on it too. That would have been so much more better. So he wasn't exactly double-crossed. He was just, you know, threatened and told to bring the money elsewhere. And the person did say, that's my money. But I was thinking, so the out of area number that called him, the handler, I thought that was probably his bank that Wheelman and his crew robbed, basically the 2 people that he left behind. So I thought that might have been the handler's bank right there. So I was thinking that would have been a great twist. That would have been brilliant if he wanted his money back. It turned out that was actually his heist. So really, he kind of did something. He kind of got there before the other criminals did. So I was quite, I mean, I could see where they were going with. That's also pretty clever. I like that. So it was kind of double cross, but not necessarily that much double cross, because he just got there before them, you could say. So it would have been good if they had something that was actually properly, better than that, you could say, like better reasoning for that. There could have been somebody else in there, somebody on the inside job being on this, like Clayton. I thought Clayton had something to do with it. He partly had something to do with it, like I explained earlier. So he could have had something to do with that. But yeah, other than that, yeah, could have had more. This is why I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I like the movie. Would I say it's one of my favourites? Probably not. I say I like the movie. It's probably one of the most gripping I've seen because of the storyline and dialogue. But other than that, it needed more action. I need more action than that. It would have deserved probably a night that had more action, and yeah, more than that. It would have been perfect if they had everything else in it. Like more action, probably a better ending, better twists and turns to it. That's what I thought. But it's just a good movie at the end of the day, and I'll give them this. It's definitely more than decent. I don't know what you think. You know, people are of different tastes. People might have a different reason. People might rate this differently, and people might not like this movie. So, which I understand, but I like it. You know, it's proven to me that Netflix actually is helping me out here with the good movies. Unlike the site I was on, kind of forgotten about that already. So yeah, what's tomorrow? I'm thinking as well. Should I actually continue with TV show Thursdays? Is that something that I should do? Let me know in the comments. You might do. Anyways, 8 out of 10 is. If you enjoyed the video, please give a like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification below to see you in my next video.